Sairam.
I think last week I had told that I will do Rudram, but then there were some discussions going on, and I found out that many of you are learning Ghanapathy Upanishad at present. So there was, it was felt that it will be much more beneficial to learn something, meaning of something which you all are currently learning. So I have changed my mind about doing the Rudram, but we will do the Ghanapathy Upanishad, and then once that's complete, then we will go on to Rudram. So I hope those who are attending the class today are not disappointed with it, but it's also beneficial. The same concepts are also repeated in Rudram. So I think it's still beneficial. So I hope everyone is okay with it. So I'm just going to, I will spend some time today to provide you an overview, an introduction to Ghanapathy Upanishad. So let's start. So I'll just read it and then we will discuss. Okay. Ghanapatyavatharva Sirshopanishad. This is what I have written. Ghanapatyavatharva Sirshopanishad. So I have given other names. There are other ways people refer to it. So let's look at this. Ghanapatyavatharva Sirsham, which is actually comprised of, I would say, two set of words, which is Ghanapathy Atharva Shirsham. Oh, it's also called Ganesha Atharva Shirsham, which is Ganesha Atharva Shirsham. And as you can see, the Sirshopanishad I have said here, so it's an Upanishad, because it's an Upanishad of the Atharva Veda. So originally there are supposed to have been 1180 branches of the Vedas. There's an Upanishad called Mukti the Upanishad. I think I may have mentioned it earlier, which basically is an Upanishad where a conversation between Sri Rama and Hanuman is documented. That Upanishad is called Mukti the Upanishad. Mukti the Upanishad. I think I will mention it later. And in that, it gives Sri Rama is telling Hanuman how many branches of knowledge exist. So he says the Rig Veda has 21, Yajur Veda, Shukla Veda, Samaveda has 1000, Atharvana Veda has 50 branches. Of these, many are lost actually. Now we have hardly few branches of Vedas, which is Samhita, Brahmana, and so on. Of the Atharvana Veda, of the 50 original branches, 31 are considered very important, because then Sri Rama goes on to give a short list of Vedas, or the branches of knowledge. So each of the shaka has one Upanishad attached. So if you take one shaka or one branch of a Veda, so if you say Atharvana Veda had 50 branches, shaka means branch. Of that, for each branch, there was one Upanishad. Okay, so originally there would have been 50 Upanishads. But then what happened was, as time went by, many of them were lost. But fortunately, Upanishads remained intact because they were shorter and people were uh, learning and reciting. One such Upanishad is this Ghanapathy Upanishad. Apparently, it was lost to public knowledge. It was only available with very few scholars apparently in the Maharashtra region. And about 70-80 years ago, that was discovered, and it spread far and wide in India. And now everyone knows. But actually, it is originally from Atharvana Veda. Atharvana Veda. Okay. So we'll just, that's what I'm talking about, Atharva Veda. So there are, I think many of you may have heard, what are the four Vedas means, you will say Rig, Yajur, Sama, and Atharva. Sometimes it's referred to as Atharvana also. The difference, originally the name is Atharva Veda. But Atharvana, it contains what is called Atharvana, right? So the thing is, it's like Brahma and Brahmana. That means one who knows the Brahma, or the knowledge which reveals Brahma, is called Brahmana. So the same way, Atharvana is what reveals, so the knowledge or the rituals or the worship methods. These are all called Atharvana. So Atharva Veda contains Atharvana. So because of that, it's also referred to as Atharvana Veda. That, I have given you Atharva Veda, Atharvana Veda. Both Atharvana and Atharva are more or less synonymous, you can say. Okay. So let's see what the mean. Upanishad means it is. I think I may have discussed in the past. Upanishad means something which you learn from a guru by sitting near. Upa means to be close. Nishad means one who establishes oneself, one who sits, you can say, near a guru and learns. So that those are called Upanishads. So this is a knowledge which you learn from a guru by coming close to him, sitting near him. So the concept of Upanishad is that. We look at Ghanapathy means, Gana is Ganas, Pati means master. So Ganesha is the one who looks after all the Ganas. In the Puranic sense, they would say Shiva had Ganas. They are all his servants, the people who serve him, who are with him, who are also different amshas of him. And for all of them, Ghanapathy is the leader. Shiva had appointed him as the leader of all his retinue, army of servants, or his followers, you can say. But Swami would say those ganas are all the indriyas in the body. Everything which functions in the body is also an aspect of God. If you're able to see, if you're able to hear, if you're able to talk, all that is actually governed by a divine energy, which is God. And Ganapati is the Lord of it all. So he makes the body function, he makes everything function. So Master of Ganas is Ganapati. Atharva means that which is steady, which doesn't shake, which doesn't move. It is firmly established. So that is what is Atharva. Okay. Shirsham, Shirsha means head. Shirsha means Siras is also called, the head. So, but basically means that is the topmost. In our body, head is the uppermost one. Shirsha means that is the most highest among all the things which can be steady. That's the highest. So, Atharva Shirsha. There's another Upanishad called Atharva Shirsha also. But in this case, it's Ghanapathy. This also called Ghanapathy Upanishad also it's mentioned. Okay. So that is the context. But though it is of an Atharvana Veda or Atharva Veda text, Upanishad, how we chant is actually using the chanting methodology of Yajurveda. That's what's commonly chanted, which we listen to from everyone. But the style of chanting is Yajurveda style, but it is borrowed from, you can say, Atharva Veda. But the reality is same mantras appear in multiple places also. So, because in Yajurveda also we have lost so many branches. So it may have belonged to something no one knows. So this is an Upanishad. The Upanishad remains, but we don't have the Vedic portion, the rest of the Vedic portion available. So that's by way of some introduction to this Ghanapathy Atharva Shirsha. So I thought, we are also using the opportunity to learn what Swami has taught. So in 1974, during the summer course, Swami covered many topics on the Vedas. Summer course, as you may know, it used to be conducted by Swami in the summer in Vrindavan those days. So it ran from 72 to about 79. Then later Swami discontinued it for some time, and then it recommenced in a slightly different form in the 90s. But the original summer course, which started in 1972 and ran until 1979, in the year 1974, summer course is a month-long course which Swami used to conduct for youth, mainly from his education institution, but also it was open to youth from various parts of India and abroad during the summer, and it used to be held in Vrindavan. So in the 1974, Swami covered many topics of very deep Vedic concepts in a detailed manner. So every day Swami would deliver a discourse. So this is the discourse 12th discourse in 1974. Swami is talking about Atharva Veda. So I thought I will just mention something. So it is an also opportunity for us to know what Swami has spoken about it.
So what so we are speaking about Ghanapathy. He's the one who gives problems and he's the one who solves. So I'm unable to. Okay, that's good. So Swami, as you can see, so I will just go over what Swami has said here. So Swami is saying Gayatri is considered the mother of the Vedas. And so this Gayatri, the mother Gayatri, apparently she has 3 feet called Rik, Yajur, and the 3 Vedas, which are called Trayi, are actually the feet. Okay, but the Mimamsa is her body. Mimamsa is a school of philosophy. I don't know whether you all know, there are 6 schools of philosophy. The last 2 are called Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa. Purva Mimamsa means the earlier Mimamsa. Uttara means the latter Mimamsa. In simple terms, Uttara Mimamsa is Advaita. Purva Mimamsa is Karma. So Karma and Jnana, you can say, are Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa. The Purva Mimamsa, Vedas deal with both the Mimamsas. Means every school of philosophy of the 6 schools of philosophy. I think we may have done something on the 6 schools of philosophy before, but the Mimamsa is the last 2 portions. They are Karmopasana and Jnanopasana are covered by the Mimamsa. So the philosophy, you can say, of Mimamsa is the body of Gayatri Devi, and her head is Atharva, as Swami says. Because the Atharvana Veda is slightly different from the other 3 Vedas in the sense it gives many, it deals with various sciences which can be used in this world as well. So like Ayurveda, Ayudha Veda, the weapons, the knowledge of weapons, health related information. Even there are formula which can be used as weapons. So many people were worried and scared about Atharva Veda. And they said, it seems slightly different. But Swami says, Atharva Veda, if you read that discourse of Swami, 12th discourse, Swami says, it's meant to protect the world. It is meant to protect everything good in this world. Even weaponry also is useful. It is beneficial as long as it is used for defense and protection. That way, every form of God also has some weapons in the hands, which is, as Swami would say, if you go to a house, if you have a security guard, the security guard will have weapons. It's not that they use. That itself will scare away anything bad approaching. So it is that concept that the rishis visualized, and the Lord as having weapons, because it's a sense of protection, gives protection to the good and what is good for the beneficial for the world. So Atharva Veda contains many such information within it, and that's, according to Swami, it is the head of Mother Gayatri. Okay, I think Kalyan, you can move to the next slide. Thank you very much. So, let's start with the Shanti Mantra, which we chant before Ghanapathy Upanishad. In the Mukti Upanishad, which I mentioned earlier, Rama, Swami's Rama, he gives instructions to Hanuman, because Hanuman is asking the question, "Oh Rama, how can we attain moksha?" For that, he gives various explanations. What are different kinds of moksha? Salokya Mukti, Sarupya Mukti, all that is detailed in the Upanishad called Mukti Upanishad. So one of the things he says is, he lists out all the Upanishads. Actually, he lists out 108 Upanishads as important Upanishads to study. And if anyone reads the Upanishad Vahini, Swami has listed the same 108 Upanishads. In that 108 Upanishads, there are 31 Upanishads which come from Atharva Veda or Atharva Veda. And then Swami goes on to say there are more, among all these 108, there are 10 important Upanishads, which Swami has explained in the Upanishad Vahini. Of this, Mandukya Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, these are all related from Atharva Veda. But this Upanishad, this Ghanapathy Upanishad, this is another one which is not mentioned by Swami there. It's not considered one of the 10 important ones. Or there's another number which people use, which is 13 Upanishads, which are considered important. But Swami has picked up 10. Of that, Ghanapathy Upanishad is not one. But in the Mukti Upanishad, Sri Rama gives what type of Shanti Mantra has to be chanted before studying these Upanishads. So all the Upanishads which come from Atharva Veda have to be studied after reciting the Shanti Mantra, Bhadram Karnevi. That is how the Shanti Mantras, which are not necessarily part of the Upanishad, but they are chanted before and after studying a particular Upanishad. So this Upanishad, this Shanti Mantra, which we use for Ghanapathy Atharva Sirsham, so I thought we will cover that today. So that's what I have here. So I will just read it once. I won't be able to point, but I think all of you can follow along. Om Bhadram Karnebihi Shrunuyam Devaha. Bhadram Pashyemakshabhir Yajatraha. Sthirai Rangais Tushtu Vagn Sastanubhihi. Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Swastina Indro Vridhasravaha. Swastina Pusha Vishvavedaha. Swastinastarkshyo Arishta Nemihi. Swastino Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I will read again. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyam Devaha. Bhadram Pashyemakshabir Yajatraha. Sthirairangai Stushtu Vagum Sastanubhi. Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Swasti na Indro Vridhashrava. Swasti na Pusha Vishvaveda. Swasti nastarksho Arishta Nemihi. Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. So this is the Shanti Mantra. We'll proceed to the next slide. Thank you. So we'll just take the first two sentence statements in this Shanti Mantra and look at the meaning. Om Bhadram Karnebih Shrunuyama Deva. While chanting, that Bhadram, that Anuswara, the dot at the top of Bhadram, gets slightly changed as Bhadrang Karnebi, because I think that's a Sandhi. So you may hear people chanting this Bhadrang Karnebihi. So the first word is Bhadram. Bhadram means all that is auspicious, favorable, or pleasing. You can also say it's which grants protection also. I don't know whether in other languages also, in Tamil also we'll say Patrama means, the Patram in Tamil, Patrama Poiva, like that people will say, be safe. And so generally people have even used the word Bhadram as safe. Actually, what is safe is all that is auspicious is safe. So Bhadram, so that same word actually is used here. Bhadram means all that is auspicious. So here the this object, it's the second case of the noun. Okay, we are using it as an objective object. Karne bihi. Karne bihi is the second word. That means with or through our ears. Karna means ear. Karne bihi means with ears, because karne bihi is plural. Okay. Karnaha means multiple ears. He didn't even use two. He uses plural, because in Sanskrit there is singular, dual. There are two. Number also is available, but the verb form which is used, noun form which is used here is plural. With through ears, because we are talking about many of us praying together, because the prayer is such that it relates to us. Okay, so Karne Bihi is plural of ears. With through our ears. Okay, you can say. Karne Bihi. Shrunuyama. Shrunuyama means may we listen. So that's the general meaning which is ascribed to this word. Shrunuyama, it's one of the verb forms. Shrunu means listen. instruction. Okay. In this case, Shruniyama means we should listen. That's why I said imperative mode. Because in Sanskrit, there are many 10 different forms of verbs. This category of verb endings called yama is categorized as something called vidhi ling. Vidhi ling means this is the vidhi, this is the rule. So this is what we have to do. So may we follow that rule. So it is an instruction to the ears within us, actually. Shruniyama. Listen only to good things. Devaha. So all gods. So in this, Devaha is the plural of the first, if you are referring to multiple Devas, you will say Devaha. But when you address them also, Hey Devaha means all gods. So in this case, it is the prayer addresses to the Devaha, to gods. So we are instructing the gods within our own self, each of our bodies, who make us able to listen to only good things. So it can also be considered a prayer. Prayer comes under slightly different type of verbs. In this case, actually, it's an instruction that may let us do this. Let the ears listen this. So the thing is, it is also an instruction. It's a resolution, you can say. We are resolving that we will only hear good things. So you are telling eyes, look ears, only listen to good things. Don't pay attention to anything else. That type of prayer it is. So Shruniyama, I put may we, actually we is implied in the ending yama. Okay. Yava means two of us listen. Okay, things like that. I think we may have covered under grammar earlier. So Shruniyama means may we listen. So let us listen, you can say, good things with our ears. Bhadran karnebihi Shruniyama deva. Because the belief is there are divine forces within our body, which actually will listen to what we say and act. And so we are actually telling ourselves or telling the forces which are at work within us to listen to what is good. Okay, I think we may have seen the monkeys. There are 3 monkeys. It's a very common but a sculpture. You can say, which is monkeys. They don't listen to bad things, don't see good things and things like that. So in this case, it's positive. Let us all listen to something auspicious and beneficial, pleasing, and which will grant us security. Bhadran karnebihi Shruniyama deva. In the next one, Bhadram, I am not going over again. Pashyema akshabihi jayatra. Okay, you can see there is sandhi, because we say Pashyema akshabhir yajatra. Actually, it's comprised of 3 distinct words. Pashyema, akshabihi, and yajatra. So Pashyema, that ma and a become ma because of sandhi. Pashyema akshabhi. Then that visarga, which is the 2 dots at the end of akshabihi, visarga, becomes ir. Actually, I should have removed the ir yajatra. Actually, the 3rd word, you can see that visarga has become ir. But the word is actually yajatra. Please ignore the hook, which is above the ya at the last, in the last word yajatra. That actually the visarga with the 2 dots have actually becomes that hook, which is ir. Okay. So the 3 words are Pashyema, akshabihi, and yajatraha. Okay. Pashyema means may we see. May we see. It's again an instruction. Okay. It's just telling ourselves this is what should be done. We should see also, you can say. Imperative is we should see. Akshabihi means with our eyes. With our eyes, we should see Bhadram, which I have not listed as one of the words, but you can see in the Bhadram Pashyema Akshabhir Yajatra. So then that is being addressed to Yajatraha. O Yajatra. Yaj means anything which we offer in this as a yajna is yaj. That's an action of offering. Traha means to protect. Yajatraha means those gods who protect whatever we offer as prayer to the world. Oh God. So we are addressing this prayer to Yajatraha, who are also within our body, who protect all that is auspicious right. Any auspicious right which we perform, they are the ones who protect it. So we are telling or praying or instructing those divine forces within us, which allow us to see, allow us to function in other ways, but it's being addressed in relation to seeing. Pashyama. Pashya means to see. Pashyama means we should see or let us see. Badram, with our eyes. So that is being addressed to Yajatraha, who are also resident in our own body. It's a prayer. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. Sthirai rangai stushtu vagum sastanubhi. Sthirai rangai stushtu vagum sastanubhi. That's the first sentence. So let's look at. So Sthirai rangai stushtu vagum actually made of 3 words. The first one is Sthiraihi. Second one is Angaihi. The third one is Tushtuvam. That Tushtuvagam is the way it's pronounced in Yajurveda. I think we may have discussed that earlier on. Because whenever Anuswara comes before a few letters like Sa, Ha, and so on, that changes because of Sandhi. Gum, that Anuswara is pronounced as Gum. This is only for chanting purposes in the Yajurveda tradition. But the word is actually Tushtuvam. Okay. But actually the Tushtuvam, if you can see, I put within brackets in the third word is Tushtuvama. Just the way Vyashema, Pashyama, earlier on we said Shruniyama, Pashyama. In this case, Tushtuvama. Okay. So Sthiraihi is in this instance, it's an adjective of Angaihi. Because the adjective also takes on the same ending as the word which it is describes. Angaihi means limbs, with our limbs. With our limbs. What sort of limbs? Sthiraihi Angaihi. So let the limbs be steady. With steady limbs. So that's why I put with steady as Sthiraihi. With steady things. Which is what is steady? Angaihi. The limbs should be steady. Sthiraihi Angaihi Tushtuvama. Okay. Tushtuvama is the proper word. If you want to look at Sanskrit word, Tushtuvama means may we celebrate, worship, or praise. Tushtu, Tusht means, Tushtu also means satisfy. Santushti means satisfaction. So Tushtuvama means may we satisfy everything also. You can take that meaning also. Let our limbs. Then the last 4th word is Sastanubihi. As I have mentioned, showed here, Sastanubihi is comprised of 2 words. Sas is actually a prefix. Tanubihi means bodies. Tanu means body. Tanubihi means plural. Tanubihi with multiple bodies, with many bodies. Sas denotes anything which is meritorious, good, auspicious. Okay, Sastanubi means with an auspicious bodies, with all the auspicious bodies we have. with all the limbs we have, let's celebrate, worship, or praise the Lord. Or maybe bring satisfaction to the world. Let us spread satisfaction, contentment. Tushti is also contentment. Tushtva means when you please somebody, when you satisfy somebody, you can say you are Tushtva. Let's satisfy. So that means you want to do things which are beneficial to the world, which always engaged in satisfying the world, the needs of the world. You can say service. Swami will say head, hand. In the case of hand, it should be serve the needy. Wherever there's a need, we will fulfill the need or fulfill the need which exists around us. So that is why the body has to be used. Swami always says, Paropakarartham idam shariram. Paropakara means to serve the world or serve God also, Swami would say. That idam shariram, this body is actually given for paropakara. Paropakara. Artha means for the sake of. Paropakarartham idam shariram. So that is come through in this prayer. So we are worshipping, or we are telling the body, parts of the body, let you all be engaged in doing what is good. Okay, or worshipping the Lord, or offering everything to the Lord. Then we will go to the next prayer, which is Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Vyash means fulfill, okay, obtain or attaining something. Okay, there's a word called Vyashti. Individual is also called Vyashti, means one who is an individual. But in this case, Vyash is the root of a verb, which basically means when you fill it with something, when you fill something, or when you attain something, or when you receive something. It's all that is meant by Vyashema. Okay, we'll look at the next word, which is Devahitam. Devahitam is made of two words. Deva is God. Hitam means that what is beneficial. I think we came across, I may have discussed it when we were discussing Hiranya. He is Hitam, Ra is Ramyam. I had discussed. So Hita means what is beneficial. Okay. Or what is wished for also, you can say. So Deva Hitam means what is divinely beneficial, you can say. Or what is blessed by gods also, you can say. Means whatever gods feel which is beneficial is Devahitam. Yat Ayuhu. Ayuhu is the last word is Yadayuhu. It's made of two parts of words. The first one is Yat. The second one is Ayuhu. But the it becomes the ud because of Sandhi. Okay. Yad Ayuhu it becomes. So the Yadayuhu. That's how you get Yadayuhu. Yat means united, aroused, active. Yatati means you arouse somebody, means you say yatati. You make it go, make it function, make it active. Okay. Yat Ayuhu. So the Ayuhu is lifespan. So you're addressing to the lifespan which is in us also. Because that's also considered divinity. And that is the one which makes us live and be active. In English, we use this active life. When somebody, your active life means when you're young, when you are able to be active in this world. Okay, that is Yadayu. The active years of one's life, you can say, is Yadayu. Okay. Vyashema. So let our active years of life be filled with divinely beneficial things. So it is a prayer, it's a resolution that's the way we are going to fill our life. Our life every day, every minute of our life, when we are active, that should be filled with everything that is beneficial and divinely blessed. Deva Hitam. What God's will. So the thing is, the God is always trying to do good. And we become the instruments in that. but we can also block that. So, but it is a prayer and telling ourselves that let our every minute of our active life be filled with what God's wish, what God wants us to do. So Deva Hitam Vyashema. Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayu. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. So we have all these are commands which we're saying. Now these are called swasti. It is also wish, or it's a declaration. This is why it is, So this positive reinforcement, you can say, they will say, you have to have positive thoughts. I am healthy. I am, I am strong. These are positive thoughts. It's a big movement today. People make a lot of money with these positive thoughts, positive thinking. So these are positive thinking words. Swasti naha indro vriddha shravaha. Okay. So let's look at the first word is swasti. Su plus asti makes swasti. Again, sandhi. Because of u and a becomes va. Okay. Swasti means may be well disposed. You can say it is well disposed. Is well disposed means swasti. Okay. I think they would say swasti vachagam, and I think in Veda at the end we always do swasti vachagam. Swasti prajapya paripalayantam and so on, which basically means it's a positive statement saying that is the way it is. Telling ourselves that is the way it is. Okay. So swasti, well disposed. It is well disposed, you can say, but I have put the word maybe because it is wish also. Naha. So the swasti na indro it says, but that visargaha is dropped because of sandhi. When a vowel follows naha, e follows naha, the visarga is dropped. So because of that, you say na indro. Okay. Na normally means no, but because of sandhi here, it's na. Okay. Swasti na indro. So na is naha. Naha means to us, for us. Okay. Indraha, the Lord of gods. Okay. Indra is the king of Devas is Indra. Swami will say Indra is actually our mind because that's the master of our indriyas. Okay. Swastina Indraha Vriddha Shravaha. Vriddha Shravaha is made of two words. The first one is Vriddha and Shravaha. Okay. Vriddha, generally people say it is old. Old people are called Vriddha. So what you can say, they are mature. They fill with wisdom. Okay. So we should take, that is the meaning here. Vriddha means the mind should be filled with wisdom. Okay. Or the Indra should be filled with wisdom. He is filled with wisdom. And Shravaha is also fame. Fame I've used the word fame because that's generally Shreyas means that which is beneficial, which is of a higher nature. Okay. Vriddha Shrava means you can say old famed, long famed. These are meanings which are common parlance, which is given. But we can say the mind has always existed. The beneficial mind is always well known, where it's famed. It will attract fame. Okay, Vriddha Shravaha. So it's a statement of affirmation. Swasti Naha Indra Vidrashava. The Indra, who is of great fame, who is mature and wise, he is always well disposed. Okay, so it's an affirmative statement. Swastina Indro Vriddha Shravaha. The next one is Swastina Pusha Vishwa Veda. Okay, again, Swasti, I am not repeating the meaning. Again, it's an affirmative statement that it is, or it will be, or it is, may it be, whichever way you want to take it, but it's a positive statement of affirmation. Naha is again, I have not put it down. Naha means us, to us. Okay. Pusha is a name of a deity. In the Vedas, there are various deities who are addressed. So in this case, Pusha. So push is, we use the word pushti. Pushti means you have the person is one who is pushti means the person has nourishment. The body is filled with all the nutrients, which makes it grow and function. Health, you can say health is also pushti. Okay. So Pusha is the Lord who grants us health, nourishment. So the sun is claimed, there is one aspect of sun who basically grants us nourishment and health. Okay, that Lord, that aspect of sun is called Pusha also. So there is that divinity within us, which is the one which keeps our body healthy. So it's an affirmative statement that is always there within us, and that will be well disposed. Let it be well disposed, or it is well disposed. The Pusha within us is well disposed. Pusha within everyone is well disposed. Because Pusha is the one who makes the world function. We are able to see, hear, do anything because of this Pusha. If the sun is not there, we will not be able to function. So we are saying it is always well disposed. Okay, Vishwa Vedaha. Vishwa Vedaha means, Vishwa means world, all, which Vishwa means everything. Okay, Vedaha means one who knows. So you can say the sun is called Vishwaveda because sun is the only one who can see the entire world. That's why, we always, if any good deed is done, we go and witness the sun. Even if we are going to do it, because he's called a witness of everything. He knows everything because he is observing everything. So there is a divinity which observes everything, which is the one which gives us life, health. And we are saying that is well disposed. May it be well disposed. So, these are prayers which we can say God is always well disposed to us. So that should determine us to do everything good, so that we hear what is good, we see what is good. All that is a prayer. Why we have to do it? Because God is well disposed. It's a sense of gratitude. Because of them that we are able to live. So reminding us why we have to lead a good life, why we have to spend our time well, because all these gods are actually well disposed. They are making us alive. So let us make good use of that. So those are these positive statements, and the way I understand. Okay, we'll go to the next. Swasti nastarkshyo arishta nemihi. Swasti we have already looked at. Nastarkshyo is naha plus tarkshyo. Okay. So because of sandhi, that visargana, that ha has become is. Okay. But I have not given the meaning here as nas because we have already looked at. Naha means to us, for us. Okay. So we are looking at only tarksho. The tarksho is also tarksyaha, which has become tarksho because of sandhi again. Okay, the visarga yaha has become yo. Okay, because of sandhi. Tarkshaha is Garuda. I think that's good enough. Garuda is the one who is protecting. What type of protection he gives, we will see. Because these are godly forces which were visualized, which were witnessed by the rishis, and they have put it down for us to understand. So Tarksha is Garuda. Let's take the second word, which is Arishta Nemihi. Arishta means one who is unhurt. Ari itself means inimical. Okay. Arishta means one who is unhurt or not affected by anything. You can say unharmed, you can say. Nemihi. Nemihi means feli, means if you take a wheel, the circumference of a wheel okay, or the rim of a wheel is called Nemi. So Arishta Nemi. So what does Garuda does? He makes sure nothing harms from outside. Our external, so he provides us a cover so that no harm can come to our peripheral sides. From outside, nothing can attack us. So Garuda is the one who protects anything from affecting us. Okay, that force of God is called Tarksha. So you can see, we have looked at Indra, who is the mind, you can say, mind which is the lord of the senses. Then we looked at Pusha, who makes our body function well, the life itself. Then from external difficulties, they should not affect. For that, the in charge is Tarksha. Okay, it's the Arishtanami. He makes sure that we are unhurt by any external forces. Okay, so Nastarkshu Arishtanami. Let that he is protecting, because if we are able to function today, even we are in the pandemic situation, the immunity which we have is Tarksha, so that no outside forces or virus or bacteria also can affect us. All that is covered by Tarksha. He is Garuda. Okay. The last one is Swasthino Brihaspatir Dadatu. Okay. Again, here Naha, Swasti Naha, which is for us, has become no because of Sandhi. Okay. Swasti no means Swasti Naha Brihaspatihi Dadatu. Okay. But when you chant it together, Sandhi comes into play. So the Naha becomes no. Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadatu. Again, there's another Sandhi between Brihaspatihi and Dadatu. Again, the hook I should have removed the bottom word. So that Visarga becomes Ir. Okay, that's how you get Brihaspatir Dadatu. I will have to fix the slide deck and post it again, but the hook should not be there in the last word, Dadatu. Okay, so Brihaspatihi. Brihaspatihi is the name of the preceptor of the gods, the one who teaches the gods, one who advises, counsels the gods, one who educates gods is Brihaspatihi. Okay. Brihas means, you can say, that which continuously expands. But he is the lord of that. What expands is knowledge expands. So Brihaspati is one who grants us expansive knowledge. All-encompassing knowledge is Brihaspati. Dadatu, he is always giving us. Because God is continuously giving us knowledge. Okay. Dadatu. He is always doing it. But it's a prayer also. Dadatu is also a request. Please do. Okay. It's slightly different compared to all the positive affirmations. This one is Dadatu. So there is another way of interpreting this also. So we are asking Brihaspati to be positively disposed and give us all that we have asked. Okay. All that, the positive statements also, even for us to think positively, it's God who can make us think positively. So we are praying to Brihaspati, who actually teaches even the Vedas, even the Devas, to continuously educate us, to continuously give us that knowledge. Swastino Brihaspatir Dadatu. Okay, so this is the prayer, Shanti Mantra. So as you can see, sometimes we may think that from outside, God has to make all these things happen. But the Shanti Mantra is such, it also tells us through our positive affirmations, us instructing our own senses to behave in the most best way possible, we will attain Shanti. We need divine help, but we also have to make the effort. Both these are coming through in this Shanti Mantra. Because if you look at everything in the Shanti Mantra, it's a union of what we do and what God does. It's an instruction for us that we should behave like that. It's also prayer to the Lord, let us do that. So both of them are nicely combined in the Atharva Veda text, where we acknowledge that we also have to make effort. We also acknowledge the Lord has to be positively blessing us. So all that comes through in the Shanti Mantra. So that's all I had prepared, I think, for today. I think, Kalyani, that's the last one, I think, no? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a prayer. So I will stop here. If there are any questions, I will answer.
Uncle, not sure if you can see the hands.
No, I cannot. Can you call out, please? I cannot see because I'm using the...
Yeah, just want to tell you, brother, I don't know.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That's all.
Okay.
It was a wonderful. I've been reciting this mantra for a long time, not knowing the meaning. Thank you.
Yeah, but the meaning will be revealed to you. Brihaspati will reveal it to you.
Yeah, that's, I think through you, he revealed to me. And thank you. And thank you for Swami also, that fantastic discourse in the middle. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Sairam, I would like to clear one or two points.
Yes, brother.
First, usually, I have been in the understanding that Upanishad means philosophical distinction between Guru and Sishya and all. But this is more of like a prayer. So, but there are other, so Upanishad doesn't have to be, can be a prayer also. Is it?
See, the thing is, brother, this is a Shanti Mantra which is to be recited. So even for us to study the Upanishad, like even we chant every day Sahana Bhavatu. Again, it's a prayer. Let us.
Yeah, but this is not just this Swasti Mantra or the Shanti Mantra, but even the following Ganesha, the Rasisham is more like a prayer, isn't it?
You can say it is a prayer. You see, if you say prayer means it is not asking for anything. If what is prayer?
Okay, the philosophy is there, you are Brahma, all that. But what? No. My question is just I have been thinking that Upanishad means is a question and answer between Guru and Sishya, but this is a bit different.
Yeah, Upanishad, from what I understand, see, there are some Upanishads where there are question and answers. There are Upanishads, most of the Upanishads are just statements.
Oh, okay.
Okay, for example, if let's take Tattvam Asi, you are that. Okay, thou art that, or whatever, it's a statement. But the statement contains knowledge. So the Guru sometimes which is God, Guru is God. He makes statements and we have to learn. So Tattvam Asi, you are that. So that's a statement made.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there are no questions asked. No one asks, who am I? But God, that statement is made. I think when we go through Atharva Sishya, we will see. Because in the Upanishads, basically what they are saying, what they are doing is the experience of Advaita, unity with God is an experiential thing. But they will make the statement, so it becomes a lifelong practice to learn that statement.
Right.
See, the Guru, if Swami says, I am divine, you are also divine. He makes the statement, I am God. I know, but you are God, you don't know. So that's the statement Swami has made. Okay. Which is Aham Brahmasmi. That is the statement when Swami says, I am God. That it's a declaration of the Vedic dictum, I am God. Aham Brahmasmi. Okay. He says, each of you have to understand the same statement in your own life. So Aham
Okay.
Brahmasmi is Upanishadic statement. No
Okay,
question
okay.
asked. Okay,
All
so
right, okay.
so Upanishad is knowledge which you learn from a guru. Why you learn from a guru? I mean, the guru is supposed to have, should be capable of demonstrating in their own life.
Okay. Right.
How to
Yeah, I
live.
got it. Yeah.
That is why you have to be near. See,
Okay.
sometimes most of the there's another, maybe it's because you brought it up. So there is something called Prashna Upanishad. That is another Atharva Veda Upanishad. So 6 disciples go to Guru called Pipalada. And they say, we have come to learn. They were already learned Sishyas. They come to Pipalada to clarify some of their doubts. And he says, you live with us for 1 year. You live with me for 1 year and then I will answer your questions. So they were made to stay with the Guru and serve him for 1 year. Why that Guru does is because that's the way, by witnessing, by observing, by living with the Guru, you learn it. And that is called Upanishad. And then they ask question apparently. For each question, after they ask the question, he will say, I will give you the answer after 1 year. And he gives the answer after 1 year. Because he gives the answer not only by word, by also action, by demonstration. So this is my understanding. So that is the understanding of Upanishad. You go near a Guru and with one pointedness, you be with that person, with that Guru and learn.
Okay.
And that is the Upanishad.
Yeah, I understand now, right? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the second question is, there is, I think this also called Shanti Mantra, and you explain the meaning of Swasti as, but I'm just asking whether it has, the swastika symbol, any connection between this and that?
Yeah, the swastika symbol is a pictorial depiction of swasti.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Swastika symbol is actually a pictorial depiction of swasti. Of course, it has become so, people have, that's because of its use by the Nazis. Now it is a taboo to even use it or depict it anywhere. But actually, swastika symbol is a demonstration of this concept of swasti, pictorial depiction of this concept of swasti. So we can discuss, Swami will say the cross actually came from swasti. Because when the I is removed, Swami will say everything is positive. Ego is removed, okay? And you can see the symbol is such that there is something in the center around which everything revolves. The world itself is revolving around that center point. Everything is connected to that. So everything is, it is a pictorial depiction of this concept of swasti. How this entire world is actually revolving around Lord. It is energized by the Lord. It is, everything good comes from the center, which is a negation of ego. All that is depicted by swastika. So I will go into.
But you said that just the meaning is well, swasti means.
Swasti, it's everything is positive.
Yeah, but is well disposed, or is it?
Well disposed. Su means auspicious. Asti means it. See, in Tamil it's very easy. Nalla irukkudu.
Okay.
It is good. Okay, if you want to put it in English, it is good. That is swasti. Okay. If you tell somebody, this happened, then it's very nice. Okay.
Right.
It is good. Okay, it is very nice. Means it is swasti. So what do we understand when somebody says, okay, can you look at this? I say it's very nice. So it is already there. When you say it is nice, you are complimenting. I wishing that it be nice. So it is that kind of a statement. Swasti.
Okay, right.
Good. Swami will say, if you ask anything, Swami will say manchiti. Swami will say, if somebody comes and says, Swami, I got a child, Swami will say, manchiti. Good. Very happy. Then you tell Swami, so my, my father passed away or my mother passed away, Swami will say, Manchiti. It is good. Okay. I think there is Ellam good. Okay. So that kind of meaning is swasti. Good. It is very good. Okay.
Okay.
When somebody says it is very good, when Swami says it is very good, does it mean is it a description or is it a blessing or it is an instruction? Everything is combined in the word swasti.
Okay.
Okay.
And Pusha means, you said that the literal meaning is sun now.
See, Pushan. Pushan is the form of divine energy which keeps ourselves healthy, gives us pushti. Without pushti, we cannot do anything. That is the juice of life, you can say, within us. That is pushti. So how do we have health in this world? If you look at it externally, you can say sun's energy is the one which energizes everything in this world. Plants grow, we grow, all because of sunlight. Now, in modern terms, they will say, oh, vitamin D is produced by the body because of sunlight. Okay. And if you want, they will say vitamin D is, there is deficiency, there is cancer. So they say, take vitamin D supplement. Actually, vitamin D supplement is supplied by God, supplied by sun. So he is the one who gives every vitamin. It's vitality, you can say, is Pusha. Pushan gives us vitality in our body. So sun is the only external manifestation which we can pray to.
So here it denotes sun because of
externally.
Okay.
But internally there's a sun.
Right. Oh, okay.
The sun, see, solar is so externally it's manifest, so we can relate to it. But Swami will say, even in the evening also you are alive. How? Because there's a sun within you also. Okay. Externally, what is shown to you is what is within. In the Vedantic tradition, everything which exists out in the outside world actually exists within us also. So, if God is outside, means God is within. But externally, what we see reinforces to us what is within us. So the Pushan is sun. The sun means it's not the physical sun. The solar energy which is out there is also within us. That's the way I would put it. So that's Pushan.
Okay. And I just thought whether you said, I don't know whether my thinking is correct, but I just would like to check with you. The Garuda comes here, is because sometime in those days, if a snake bite or something, they say some ritual mantras, and actually in our village it has happened. They say there was a person who was expert in that, and so when he said the Garuda comes and hover around that place a couple of times, and then that person get cured. So when you explained, I thought of that this thing. So that's so
because the Garuda is this is a symbolic expression of a concept. Ultimately, Garuda means he has the largest wingspan in the world. So he reaches out as far as possible. He can fly as far as possible.
Right.
Always these birds circle. As you said, even if any of these birds come, even before they eat something, they will circle around first before they land. Okay.
Yeah.
So that circular motion means then the rishis saw, okay, divine energy is protecting us from all sides. It's it's rotating around us. So it's protecting our periphery. That kind of, it is a poetic imagination of something which they were able to witness.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
exactly.
what it is. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kanagi Santi has her hand up.
Yeah, we also say illa nanmekku endu solra naangal dane.
Yes.
For everything, the Pediaka Chelvin and Chedan and Jelvin and Mekendu, Brandal and Mekende, we say that too,
Yes,
Even
yes.
in Hinduism, we have that in Dhamma.
Yes, it is all actually in every religion, every tradition, positive thoughts are there. But in Sanskrit, it's swasti.
Swasti.
Thank you.
But
Yes.
swasti is a new thing. Is that like we always associate it with the Nazis, no?
Yes, yes. As a blessing also, yes.
That is why in some temple inscriptions you see that mark.
Yes,
Half stones. Yeah.
yes, yes.
So that was it.
Okay, I think it's 10:25.
Uncle
Sorry,
Jonathan.
well, yes,
Sairam,
please go
brother.
on. Yes.
Sairam, brother. And today I understood, brother, the reason the Shanti part is very important, beginning and the end in our life, in order to understand the spiritual and control the mind. The Shanti part is important. That is the reason we studied before. We say 21 times to control the five elements, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 indriyas, ego, mind, intellect, and 3 gunas. So same way, we are asking Lord Ghanapathy. He is the Gana, whatever you said, is the Adipati for the Gana, and also she is the Adipati for intellect and wisdom. So when we have that Atmic strength, we need all these one to be controlled. So it's very good understanding, brother. Thank you. Sairam.
Thank you. Sairam, Sairam.
Sairam, Uncle, Sister Shobna just pointed out in the chat that the title is incorrect in the English, the Shubhopasana, it says.
Oh, sorry. Okay, thank you. Because I was having challenge with my computer today, it was charging, but it was not stopping charging. So, some of it I couldn't complete. Fortunately, I posted whatever I could. As a safety procedure only, I say, posted it. So it came in handy so we could discuss. I will fix it all up and upload it again. Thank you for Sister Shobana.
Uncle, asti means existence, you said, right? Like
something, it's a statement of existence. Asti, it exists.
Okay.
It is. Is a word also you can say. It is.
It's the same as in asti bhati priyam?
Yes. Yeah, that which is exists. Satyam is asti, exact same thing. God exists. He's the only one who exists. Is. Asti bhati priyam. Exactly. You can. Okay. Sat. They all come from similar, you can say Sat and Sti. So same sounds, come into use in any of these words, which basically means that which exists always. Asti. In all times. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think if there is no other questions, we will conclude. Hopefully next one, when we continue, Ghanapathy will make sure that there are no such obstacles which we have to jump over. By Swami's grace, it should be fine. Thanks for joining, and we will close with Samasta Loka and Shanti. Silent. Om Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam everyone.